March is National Kidney Month, and kidney disease is a serious problem in Canada. To talk about this more is Joyce van Deurzen, Executive Director of the Kidney Foundation of Canada, Southern Alberta Branch. Joyce, welcome to BCN.
Thanks for having me.
So how much of a problem is kidney disease? How far widespread is it in Canada?
Well, most Canadians don't realize what a huge problem kidney disease really is. In Canada, 1 in 10 people have kidney disease or are at serious risk. They're in the risk zone. But the scariest part of all about that is most don't even know it because kidney disease, the symptoms can be very silent and it can progress very, very silently until it's a very serious issue.
So Joyce, what age groups are we talking about here? Does it affect everyone?
Well, kidney disease can affect anyone at any age. Of course, as we all age, not that I'm aging, but of course, as we all age, our risk factors grow. Because, for example, the number one leading cause of kidney disease is diabetes. Kidney failure, kidney damage is the leading complication of diabetes. And followed by, that's about 38-39% of the people whose kidneys fail got there because of diabetes. And 18 to 20% get there because of untreated or poorly managed hypertension, high blood pressure. So as we age, our risk factors for those things also increase. So really the 50 plus crowd has to start thinking a lot about these things, but at all ages, they do affect children. They affect people of any age. And kidney disease, there's many ways you can get there. I've just mentioned the two leading ways.
Yeah, and what are some of the signs? How will you know if you actually have a serious problem with your kidneys?
Well, lots of times you don't know it until it has seriously progressed. So, what I like to suggest and what the recommended guidelines are, if you have diabetes, you should get your kidney function checked annually as part of your annual physical checkup plan. And with hypertension as well, it should be checked regularly every year, certainly every 18 months to a year. Your kidney function should also be checked by your doctor at the same time. If you have none of those things and you don't think you're at risk for kidney disease, you should still be watching things like, are your hands and feet swelling? Do your legs swell? A little bit of unexplained swelling, unexplained foam in the urine when you go to the washroom. If it looks a bit odd to you, a change in color to the urine, and many other things. If you have a family history of kidney disease, you should pay attention, right, to your own health indicators. Absolutely. So all of those sorts of things you should be paying attention to.
Now, most of us have heard about dialysis treatments for kidney patients, which is not a cure. Can you explain to our viewers what a patient experiences in a dialysis treatment and what it really does to the body?
Sure. Well, a dialysis treatment, when your kidneys stop working or are working poorly, toxins are building up in your body because your kidneys are really a giant filter. All of your blood filters through the kidneys, and the kidneys take out those toxins and they're excreted through your urine. But if your kidneys are not working properly, you're retaining water and you are building up toxins in your system. So when your kidneys fail, you either have to have dialysis to stay alive or a kidney transplant. And think of dialysis as a giant filter. All your blood is going through a filter to cleanse your blood in the way that your kidneys otherwise would have. And it's removing all the excess fluid that's accumulating in your system because your kidneys aren't working properly. So those are just some of the big things that dialysis does for you. But if your kidneys fail, you need dialysis or a kidney transplant to stay alive.
So Joyce, once someone starts dialysis treatment, what's the typical prognosis? How many years of life expectancy is there on average?
Well, again, it's varies by individual, but because most people who do start dialysis are over 60, 63 years in age, they have age complicating factors. So the average is 3 to 4 years. But of course, many people, and that's our goal, if your kidneys fail, that you can survive on dialysis and try to maintain a healthy life by following all the restrictions that now come into your life, mainly dietary restrictions, because you want to avoid putting things in your body that become harder to filter out. And since you can't, if your kidneys fail, you no longer will produce urine, fluids build up in your body as well. And that's all taken off with dialysis. So, it's a complicating thing. Our goal is not to get there in the first place, to avoid the progression of kidney damage. There's huge opportunity to do that. If you detect kidney damage early enough, there's a tremendous opportunity to slow down the progression so you never get to dialysis. That's why it's important to check your kidney function. On our nationwide website, KIDNEY.CA, we have a test that you can take at kidney disease. Am I at risk? You can do a self-assessment to see, do I have any of these risk factors for kidney disease? And if so, what should I do? And every Canadian can go on there and look at that resource and determine if they have any personal risk factors they should be aware of.
Joyce, is there any chance to reverse the damage already done to kidneys if it's detected early enough?
There are no opportunities at this point to reverse kidney damage or kidney failure. That's what we're working on for the future. That's the promise of research, and that's why our investment in kidney research is so critically important, because that's the hope. We are looking for a cure, and a cure means ways to reverse it, to fix it once it already occurs. Right now, that opportunity doesn't exist. The opportunity is really around prevention and by early detection mainly, and slowing the progression of any kidney damage that occurs.
So Joyce, outside of it being hereditary, what are some of the causes for kidney disease?
The main causes are diabetes and high blood pressure. Both of those things are the two leading causes. If they're not managed and not controlled properly, the risk for serious kidney damage is quite high.
So is there a specific kind of diet or exercise routine recommended for kidney health? Drinking lots of water is probably number one, right?
Yes, well, the right amount of water is good to, cleanse those toxins out, put those kidneys to work. And also, it's really the main things about maintaining good overall health. Maintain a healthy diet, maintain a healthy body weight, and no smoking, none of that kind of stuff. Those are sort of the basics. If you have a personal serious risk factor like diabetes, there are special things that you can do. And your doctor will advise you of those things if you have those risk factors. But if you're just the average person aging along in our society, it's all about maintaining very good overall health.
So the reality is the only cure at this point is a kidney transplant?
Well, a kidney transplant is not a cure. It will replace the function of your kidneys. If your kidneys fail, you need dialysis or a new kidney via a transplant. But you will need medication for the rest of your life to prevent rejection of the kidney transplant. And a kidney transplant lasts an average of 15 to 18 years. So depending on your age, you may need another one. So it's not a cure. You can live a good, healthy life with a kidney transplant, but you will need anti-rejection medications for the rest of your life. And those medications do come with their own risks.
Joyce, a very special event is coming up right here in Lethbridge. Why don't you chit-chat a bit about that?
Sure. Our annual Kidney Walk is coming up in Lethbridge on May 11th, and it's at the gorgeous Henderson Lake Park. So we're really inviting everybody who cares about the cause of kidney health, organ donation, any of that, to come on out. Even if walking isn't for you, come out and cheer everybody on, socialize with us. It's really our kidney community event of the year, so we'd love to see you.
And if people would like more information, where can they find that?
They can find it at KIDNEYWALK.CA. They can check that out, and it'll give you the starting time, all that. Come out about 9 in the morning, hang out with us. We'd love to see everybody.
Okay, well, we're going to chat with another guest in just a few moments who received a life-saving kidney transplant courtesy of his wife. Thanks so much, Joyce. Joyce Van Deurzen, Executive Director of the Kidney Foundation of Canada, Southern Alberta Branch. Thanks for joining me from Calgary.
Thank you.
Joining me now in studio is someone who had a life-saving kidney transplant, Tyler Hamilton from Lethbridge. Tyler, can you briefly share with our viewers your journey?
Yeah, In 2011, I actually was diagnosed with kidney disease, and it was actually very shocking for me and my whole family, actually. It was, we were just actually in the doctor, and I was getting some blood work done, and there was some blood in my urine, which is one sign of actually having kidney disease. So they actually ran more testing, and it turned out that, yeah, my kidney actually did need to be replaced. So from there on in, I was basically put on dialysis. I was on dialysis for, it was probably close to a year.
How often did you have to go in?
This was every second day I had to go in for it.
Oh. Is it painful, dialysis, having it done?
It's not painful. It's just you feel very nauseous, lightheaded, dizzy, things like that when you're done.
Now, donor was found, and miraculously, it was your wife.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about that.
Yeah, that was probably one of the most exciting times and happy times I've had in my life, is when my wife was actually found out that she could be a donor.
That's amazing. So she gives you a kidney as a gift. It's like, maybe happy anniversary, honey, here's a kidney. What are you going to give her back?
I know, that's
Lots
just
of loves and
it.
kisses, I guess, a big hug maybe?
A hug, yeah.
Maybe make dinner for the next 3 years?
I do that as well. I've always been doing that, but yeah, I have to step up my game with that too as well.
Now, was it scary for your wife at all, or was it scary for you too as her husband, the fact that she's donating a kidney to you?
I don't think it was scary. I think that she was willing to do whatever it took to help me out and make me healthy again. I think that was the main thing. But as far as being scared or worrying about the outcome, there was none of that involved at all.
And you have a child as well that says, Dad, if you ever need a kidney in the future?
Yeah, my daughter Alyssa actually, she's actually already, said she's going to give another kidney if I need it in the future. Now, I'm hoping that doesn't come to that, but yeah, she's my 19-year-old, my only daughter, and yeah, it's pretty cool that she'd actually do that for me.
Everybody's talking about, of course, the Humboldt Broncos bus crash and Logan Boulet donating 6 of his organs to save 6 lives. What does that mean to you when you hear a story like that?
It's actually quite heartbreaking for me to hear that. It's, I wish more people would actually sign their donor cards. I don't think you would have anything to lose at that point by signing your donor card. It's so easy for everybody to do. Why not save, 6 to however many people's lives, 6 to 10 probably people's lives you can save with organs. And I think that's just a miraculous thing to do.
Now, you have the one kidney and you're able to eat everything fine, drink normal fluids, and people can live on one kidney just fine?
Yeah, I mean, I live perfectly fine on one kidney. I do have to watch some things, like salt, like sodium intake and things like that.
What about alcohol? You have to stay away from that
Alcohol, I'm actually okay to drink some alcohol as long as it's not, abusive.
In moderation, like Mom used to say, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't drink at all anymore though, so
Good.
Try to stay healthy.
How about some of the meds, Tyler, that you have to stay on?
Yeah, meds, I'm on 2 actual anti-rejection medications. And with taking those, I actually get high blood pressure, high cholesterol. So I have to take those medications as well. So, yeah.
For the rest of your life?
Rest of my life,
Wow.
Yeah, every day.
So what would you say to someone, Tyler, who's considering maybe becoming an organ donor, but maybe a little bit nervous?
I would say there's nothing to be nervous about. You can live perfectly fine with one kidney. I mean, why wouldn't someone want to save someone else's life? It's just that easy to do, I'm sure there's many people out there that could use a kidney right now. There's thousands of people waiting right now on a kidney list. So.
And tell me about your recovery effort too. How long was it?
All in all, my recovery effort, it took probably 3 months by the time I was actually healthy enough to walk around and, get back to doing regular things on a regular basis.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Tyler Hamilton from Lethbridge, kidney donation recipient. Thanks so much for joining us here on Bridge City News.
Thanks for having me.
On behalf of all of us here at BCN, I'm Hal Roberts. God bless and have a great night.